My biggest fear is accidentally committing tax fraud because I'm a idiot. Like, what the high schools? Why isn't this being taught?
Hey, I'm Alex.
And I'm Phillip.
And we teach you what you need to know about your personal finances using words you can understand without boring you to death.
Because adulting shouldn't suck. If you're new to this channel, make sure you actually hit that subscribe button and the comments below. Let us know if you've ever done your taxes before.
If you're doing your taxes for the first time and you're totally confused, we're going to show you the different ways to do your taxes and what you're going to need in order to file them.
Just a quick reminder, we are not tax professionals.
Nope.
Yeah, they're kind of boring, and we're a lot more entertaining than they are. At least so we like to think. But we're going to go over the information and try to give you guys a better understanding of it and keep it a little bit entertaining all at the same time.
All right, so check it out. We pay taxes to the government, and they go to things like military, school, firefighters, roads, bridges, all that stuff for a functioning society, right? It's important to know why we pay all that money to the government, because, it's a lot of our money that we give up every single paycheck. So you have to know where it goes.
In this video, we're going to be talking about two types of taxes, all right? We're going to be talking about federal taxes, which apply to everybody. And then depending on the state that you live in, we're going to be talking about state taxes as well. Because if you live in a state like Oregon, for example, you're going to be paying federal taxes and state taxes out of your paycheck every month.
And states like Washington, you just pay federal because there is no state income tax.
Yeah.
So when people think about taxes, when they think about paying taxes, they think about the most boring paperwork on the planet. And it really is. It's not exciting by any means, but it's a essential thing you have to know as an adult for the rest of your freaking life.
Yeah.
That's why it's so dumb that schools don't even teach this, because this is something you have to do every year. And if you get it wrong and you really mess up, or you mess up on purpose, because you try to fudge the numbers or whatever, then you get audited by the IRS and you get totally screwed.
Yeah, they're going to come get their money.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the government always gets theirs.
Yeah, like the government will take forever for them to give you money, but when it comes to you giving the government money, they're going to get their money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Don't be like Wesley Snipes. That guy that played Blade. He made $40 million from 1999 to 2004, right? He owed the federal government $23 million, right? He didn't pay it. He's like, you didn't earn it. This is mine. I ain't giving you none of it. And then the IRS was like, yo, you're going to give us some money. So he gave him $900,000, and the IRS laughed at him and threw him in jail for 3 years during the height of his career.
All right, so the bottom line is you got to pay your taxes every year by April 15th, unless you get an extension, which you probably don't need. So they're really pretty simple. If you're a single person and you only work one job, filling out your taxes is easy. It gets complicated if you're a business owner or you have multiple jobs and you got house and kids and student loans, all that crap. Then it starts to get a little more complicated. But if you're just starting out, it's pretty easy.
Yeah. So let's get started with talking about the IRS form W-4. This is what the employers are going to use to withhold taxes from your paycheck to pay the IRS, so you don't have to do it, right? Now, the IRS released a new W-4 form in 2020 when Trump's tax cuts came into effect. They said that it streamlined the process and made the form a little bit easier to fill out. This form is going to be filled out every single time that you get a new job, and you should fill it out anytime that you get married, have a kid, or start a new job.
And any of those things, get married, have a kid, can change your tax liability. The new form only has 5 steps, and most people don't even need to fill out all 5 steps. The easiest way to fill out your W-4 is go to the IRS website that we put in the description with a link.
The website's going to take you through the steps to fill out the form, and it shouldn't take you any more than 5 minutes. If you're single, you don't have any kids, and you only have one job, this is super easy. The website even comes with a calculator that will tell you how much taxes you need to withhold from your check with how much money you're making, so that you're not paying the government too much money or not paying them enough. So, get on there, check it out, fill out the form, and update it so that you're not paying too much money as your life goes on.
And just to be clear, how you file your taxes is different than how you fill out your W-4 when you get hired at a new job. How you fill out your W-4 is going to have an impact on how much money you either get back or how much money you owe when it comes time to pay your taxes
at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Okay, so there's another form called a W-9. It's different than a W-4. A W-4 is what you get from your employer, and that's what tells them how much money to take out of your paycheck for taxes. A W-9, you're contracted for a job. You're not an employee of that place. You're just contracted for 1 or 2 jobs or whatever. when you get paid, they don't withhold any money for taxes. That's on you to do, and then you have to pay the government at tax time, however much money you owe, right? So a W-9 is very different than a W-4, but most jobs you're going to get a W-4. If you do get a W-9 when you get hired somewhere to do something, just know it's on you to pay those taxes.
Have we confused you yet? Are you still with us? Bear with us because there's more W's coming, all right? Yeah. Let's get this one out of the way, okay? The last one, W-2, okay? This is the wage and tax withholding statement form, all right? This is actually what you're going to use to do your taxes at the end of the year, all right? If you filled out a W-4 with your employer, okay, it's going to tell them, like you were saying, how much money to take out of your check to pay your federal taxes, and then at the end of the year, sometime that first week of January, your employer is going to send out a W-2 so you can do your taxes. You're going to use this W-2 to do your taxes between January 15th typically, and then April 15th is like when it closes. Starts January 15th, closes April 15th. Okay? W-2 taxes. Yeah.
So you got W-2s, W-4s, and maybe a W-9.
Yeah. No more W's though for now.
WWW. When you file your taxes, if you're going to get a refund, you typically get it back within about 2 weeks. So the sooner you file, if you're going to get money back, the sooner you get paid.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you actually need in order to file your taxes?
Yeah. So I'm going to read off some checklist items that you're going to need to be able to file your taxes, all right? You're going to need your tax identification numbers. These are mandatory. You're going to need it. That's going to be your social security number or your tax ID if you had that W-9 form, all right? You're going to need your routing number and your checking account number if you're trying to get that direct deposit for your refund, if you get a refund. You're going to need information about your stimulus check if you received one in 2020. Now, this typically isn't going to be a requirement, but at the time that we're making this video, it is going to be a requirement that's typically not required, so we're mentioning it here right now because you're going to need it.
In 2021.
2021.
All right, so for sources of income, if you had a regular job, you got that W-2, you'll need that when you file your taxes. If you were a contracted worker, you'll have that W-9 like we talked about. You're going to get a 1099 form. And then if you had any kind of unemployment throughout the year, you're going to get a separate 1099 form. So now we're going to talk about the different kinds of things you're going to need in order to file for deductions on your taxes.
There's two different types of deductions, all right? You got your standardized deductions and you have your itemized deductions. For people in the age group from between 18 and 21, you're going to have things to deduct like student loan interest, anything that you have to pay for your education, you know, laptops, books, what have you. You can deduct that type of stuff if you have the forms to be able to show the deductions, right? When you're going through and filling out your taxes, your standardized deductions, which is what most people are going to use, is going to be on average about $12,000, which is where it is currently. If you think you got more than that, then you can go the itemized route. Just know that you're going to have the forms to be able to show to get those types of deductions. Okay? Okay.
All right, so if you bought a car, you made any donations to a church or other charitable organizations like Goodwill, you know how they give you like a little donation receipt every time you drop stuff off. You're going to want to keep those kinds of receipts too because you're going to need all that stuff when it comes time to fill out your taxes.
Yeah, don't lose them or else you don't get to claim it. Okay? So, if we haven't lost you yet, we're glad you're still here. And if you haven't been taking notes, don't worry, we got you. We're going to make a wonderful checklist for you that you can download, plus a tax resource guide that you can download as well for free. The link is going to be in the description below, so check it out.
This list is for anybody who's 18 or older and they're filing on their own. Now, if you're married or you got kids or you know you got a business, you got investments, there's more to it than what we've listed off. But now that you know what you need, we're going to tell you the different ways you can actually file your taxes.
Yep. First way, you can manually print out the forms, fill them out yourself, and turn them in. Sounds absolutely miserable. Can't say I ever done it. Can't say I ever will. It's a hard no for me.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, I'd rather pay somebody to do all that.
Speaking of paying somebody, that's the second way, is you can hire a tax professional to fill out your taxes for you, right? Because maybe you have complicated taxes if you're married, have business, all that other stuff. But if you're a single person only working 1 or 2 jobs, it's kind of overkill to hire somebody to do your taxes for you.
Yeah, it's expensive. This is what I do. This is the way that I do it because when I was 18, I screwed up my taxes real bad, right? Had to pay the IRS like $3,000 and they took the money out of my paycheck every single month until I filed my next income tax and then they just took the rest that I owed them. right? It was miserable. So never again. I pay a CPA, which is a certified public accountant, okay? They do my taxes, and then if they mess it up, they get to pay for it. Love it. The third way, using an online tax preparation company. They're going to charge you a small fee, but if you have a simple return, this is the way to go. They're going to ask you some questions about your income, your taxes, any sort of deductions that you might have, and then you click a button. It checks it for you to make sure that you got all the information in there, and then you submit it to the IRS. You put in your bank information, and then if you have a return, they send it back to you. This is how he does it. You know, it's his preferred way.
Yeah.
Like I said, I pay the expensive tax person, but, you know, ease of mind for me. I don't want to sit there on the computer and do all that stuff. It's hard, okay? But he, as in his wife, does it. So this is the way they do it.
Yep.
Number 2 is the way that I do it. So, you know, each his own.
There's some good companies out there like H&R Block or TurboTax. These are kind of the most popular ones. There's a lot more too. And we actually included the links in the description below because we want to make it easy for you to check out the different ones and see who you want to use.
No matter which way you choose to file, all right, we recommend getting your refund, if you're getting one, via direct deposit. This is going to eliminate the problem of your check getting lost in the mail, and it's going to make sure that you get your refund faster.
It's nice waking up with money in your bank account. It's kind of like, Christmas, but for adults.
Oh, yeah. It's like, oh, I'm rich. I mean, if you got a big return anyway.
Right.
Yeah. If not, then whatever. This isn't the be-all, end-all tax video. This video is designed to help those people with the simple tax returns kind of understand the process. So just remember, we're not licensed tax professionals, and we can't give you legal advice on how to do your taxes. We've just been doing taxes ever since we've been grown-ups, so we have a little bit of experience and a little bit of mistakes that we've made. We want to share that knowledge with you.
We created the tax resource guide. You can download it. The link is in the description. I know we put together a freaking buttload of information in this video, and you probably got confused, so go download it and use it when you're filling out your taxes.
If you like this video, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. In the comments below, let us know what your tax worries are.
And share this video with your friends.